Sponsored by Samson Furniture and Mattress. It's worth the drive to Genoa. Now, here's Jordan Strack.
Genoa High School for our Game Night Live broadcast here on the WTOL YouTube page. I am Jordan Strack alongside Chitika Harris. We are just about ready to kick things off. Genoa will get the football first, and we are underway. Thank you so much for joining us on a beautiful fall night for football. Kickoff is received, and Genoa is going to start with it right at about their own 35-yard line. Chitika, we look at this game, and there are very contrasting styles, similar to what we saw last week between Otsego and Eastwood. Rossford wants to come out and throw the football all over the place. We know Genoa wants to come out and pound the football.
That is pretty much a copycat of last week, like you said. I think Genoa here wants to come out and establish the run. You know, there's a philosophy that goes back to about 2000, 6-and-6 move the sticks. You don't have to throw the deep ball. You don't have to have all these big plays to win a football game. That is their philosophy. You're going to see a lot of pounding in football tonight.
The first play of the game, it's going to be a handoff to Ray Gomez, the senior, over the right side for a couple on first down. And it'll bring up second at about 7 for the Genoa Comets.
Number 14, Michael Bachmeyer Jr.
Tell you what, looking up front at this Rossford team, their defensive line is solid across the board. Nice sized young men.
Braylon Bryant is the Genoa quarterback. He is under center. He will take the snap and he'll pitch. That was 25, Justin Barledge with the carry.
When you're facing a wing T team as a defensive line, you've got to be disciplined.
Take a look at that starting lineup. You'll see 4 different running backs carry the football for Genoa in this offense. The big right tackle is Andrew Blousey. He is 6'6", 300 pounds. They also are getting back Gage Gallagher tonight on that offensive line. They weren't sure if he was going to be able to go. They were very excited, though, to get him back from injury. He will be starting over there at right guard. So in the gun, something you don't expect from a wing T team here on 3rd down and 4. It's Bryant rolling out. He is going to throw. It's nearly picked off, but then it's caught out there. It's Jacob Barledge. He's got enough yardage for a first down, and Genoa will move the sticks.
Waggle play. Bobbled the snap a little bit through the timing of the playoff, but he delivered a strike. He's lucky that that ball was thrown perfectly, or else it might have been going the other way for 6 points.
One of the cool things about the fact that we're on YouTube is there is a live chat feature going. You can comment the entire time. Somebody said it's not fall yet. Listen, it feels like fall. I can promise you, with the lake breeze here in Genoa, it feels like fall. It is. It's a little crisp tonight, which we're excited about. Here's a pitch to the outside. It's Jacob Barledge. He's got room down to about the 45-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. He'll get 5 yards on first down.
Stop on the play by number 14, Michael Bachmeyer.
When you're playing against the wing T offense, you need to be disciplined on the defensive line. You're going to get a lot of movement from those guards and tackles, a lot of pulling. So your defensive linemen have to have gap discipline. If you're being challenged like that, you know, going sideways on the field like you just saw in that last play for a pickup of about 5 yards, you have to play your gap and expect those linebackers and safeties to do their job and stop the run.
So it's 2nd down and 5 from the 45. The handoff inside. That is going to be Justin Barledge. He came into the game 52 carries, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns through 2 games for this Genoa team. They came into this thing. They had only attempted 11 passes and only completed 3 of them. So that completion that they had on 3rd down, the 3rd play of the game, that was just the 4th completion of the season so far for Braylon Bryant, the sophomore, who is starting at quarterback. And like Paul Patterson said in the Zoom call with him this week, is they want to take as much pressure off of him as they can, and they do that by running the football. Here's Jacob Barledge. He's hitting the backfield, and he's going to be thrown down for a loss. They're going to give him forward progress. I think they're going to mark it right at about the 50. Now they're going to move it back down to the 49, 48-yard line. I thought his forward progress certainly would have given him a little bit more than that, but that's going to bring up 4th down and 12, and Genoa's going to have to punt.
Well, that big defensive line again that we talked about a little bit earlier, doing their job, getting some penetration, and then you see the linebackers flying into the backfield to make a tackle for loss, bringing up a long 4th down.
Landon Latart is the punter for Genoa. He had to punt 7 times last week. They won 6-3 last week. This is a good punt. It is going to sail over the head of everybody. It's going to fall into the end zone. He had only been averaging 28.5 yards per punt. That was a boomer, but it's going to be a net of about, try to do some math here, 30-ish, 32-ish net. That'll bring up Rossford's offense for the first time, and these guys can really score some points. The only problem they had last week is they turned the football over 5 times. They also had some bad snaps. That was a huge issue for this Rossford football team in week 2.
Well, I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how many weapons you have. If you can't take care of the football, you're not going to win too many football games. Now, you go through a week of practice, you watch the film, you correct those mistakes, and you come out here tonight on a Friday and try to perform.
Alex Williams, the quarterback, he will take the snap. He'll throw it out. He had a man streaking wide open. It was Jamari Kroom was wide open down the far sideline. It was a touchdown if he saw him.
Well, he was looking for the screen pass in the backfield, or just like a bubble screen pass out there. The receiver was actually open. Both receivers were open, and he had his choice there. He chose the short route, but he threw that football way over his receiver's head.
2nd down and 10 now. Williams, another sophomore. We got a pair of dueling sophomore quarterbacks in this football game. Williams will get the snap. He'll pitch it out. Trenton Bachmeyer will take it. He'll get out across the 30-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down. We got a late flag coming in there. I believe it's going to be a late hit out of bounds against Genoa.
Flag on the play.
Wait on the official ruling went against Genoa. So that is going to move the ball almost all the way up to the midfield stripe.
Well, just a simple toss play around the left end, and he gets a good block on the outside from his wide receiver, number 5, Jamari Kroom. Big, tall, lanky receiver out there. Strong young man also, 6'3", 185 pounds. Doing the job on the edge to help his teammate.
A guy they are thrilled to have back for the first time this year, one of their big play wide receivers. Williams gets a snap. He'll hand it off to Bachmeyer. He's got some room out over the left side. He is down to the 30, barrels a man, and he's down to the 27-yard line. Bachmeyer came into the game back-to-back 100-yard games to start the year. He also has 3 receptions for 56 yards. On the year, 30 carries, 254 yards, and they are moving. Right back to the line here on first down. Check to the sideline for the play. Williams, it looked like there was some miscommunication. It's a broken play. Williams is going to have to try to lean forward for a couple. There was certainly a miscommunication. Todd Drewsback is the head coach for Rossford. He also calls the plays. He's in his 11th season for the Bulldogs. And that was one of those things where you rush back to the line and everybody's checking over to the sideline and just a little miscommunication somewhere.
Somebody got a bad signal, and it looked like it was your tailback there, Bachmeyer. Williams held the ball, trying to literally say, here, take it, take it.
Please.
Bachmeyer never opened the breadbasket to take the football from him. Got what he could, picked up, a little less than a yard on the play.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10, ball at the 27-yard line. Bachmeyer heads out in motion. Williams will get the snap, and he's going to keep it. He can do this. He can certainly run. He is very athletic.
Williams, the ball carrier,
has 32 carries this year. Only 77 yards because of some sack yardage. Also ran for a touchdown. It's going to bring up 3rd down. But really, this Rossford team, Todd Drewsback said, they really simplified things for their sophomore quarterback. They were trying to do a little too much maybe. And basically, it's just go play football. And right now, they've simplified the playbook a lot. And 3rd down and 5, there are a lot of plays you can call here.
Yeah, especially at this part of the field, because you got to be thinking 2 downs. You're not going to kick a field goal with this late win that we have here tonight, but you've got an opportunity now. If you don't pick it up here on 3rd down, you're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so you probably got 2 plays in mind.
Ball at the 22-yard line. Bachmeyer in motion. Williams want to throw to Kroom. He's open. He's got it, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown, Rossford. His first game back from injury, and this is why they love Jamari Kroom.
Jamari Kroom for a Bulldog.
He just ran a grown man route. And when I say that, I mean that's not a route that you see a young man in high school able to pull off. That was a slant route, but the corner had heavy inside leverage, which means he does not want the receiver to get inside. Kroom with an excellent release at the line of scrimmage, able to get back inside, high point the football, and take it in for a touchdown.
The extra point is up, and it is good, and it's 7-0 Rossford. Last year, Jamari Kroom, 30 receptions, 630 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Todd Drusbeck said he is a difference maker, and you can see why already. And when you have him, you already had Ben Morrison on the outside, you had Jonathan Kellermeyer, and you've got a sophomore quarterback that is leading the way right now for Rossford. There are a lot of things to like, which is what was so surprising about last week's loss at Elmwood. I think that kind of surprised a lot of people around the NBC. But if you're trying to bounce back from a tough loss, that's one heck of a start.
Well, you come out and you drive the football 80 yards down the field and you get a touchdown on your first series of the game. You use your weapons that you have. Your start tailback, running the football well, coming off back-to-back 100-yard rushing games, showing that he's probably, in a groove here, so you're feeding him the football. And then your big play wide receiver on the outside. We saw him with a good block earlier, and then that time running an excellent route in the red zone to pick up a touchdown.
So Genoa will look to bounce back now, down 7-0. It's a short kick. It'll be taken by the up man, A.J. Rubies. He's got it across the 45. Dragging tacklers. He's out across midfield. They're going to mark him right at the 50-yard line. So Genoa in great field position with the football as they try to bounce back.
Jr. on the tackle.
If you're Genoa, you're coming out second series of the game. You went to the sideline. You corrected some of those mistakes. Should have a little bit better feel now for what you're seeing from the defense. The offensive line has some size up there too, and some young men that can really move. So I'd expect this running game now to try to start to set the tempo of the football game.
Handoff is going to go to Jacob Barledge. He is hitting the backfield, and he is going to be taken down for a loss. One thing that Genoa did too many times last week is they got in situations like this. 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12. When you're a wing T offense, this is just not the ideal position, and they were in these positions way too many times last week.
Because now you're behind schedule on your play calling. In an offense like this, timing is everything, and your down and distance is going to be important as well. So you come out now, you got a 2nd and 12. You don't have necessarily, this type of play call. You got to dig a little deeper into your playbook.
There's that Genoa offense. They've got the Barledge twins in the backfield. You'll see 4 different ball carriers in this game for Genoa. It's going to be a pass. Bryant will throw it out, and that's going to be a late hit out of bounds, and it's going to be an automatic first down. It was completed to Ray Gomez. So Braylon Bryant came into the game only having completed 3 passes in 2 weeks. He's already completed 2 passes here in 2 drives.
Well, you got to understand your personnel. He's not a guy who's going to sit back in the pocket there and bounce 3 or 4 times and go through his reads. He's a young man who's able to get on the perimeter, use his feet to get in position to throw the football. That time, again, a waggle, they get him on the outside, drops the football off in the flat. You pick up, handful of yards, 6 or 7 yards. But then again, the penalty at the end of the play, another 15 yards tacked on.
So Genoa in good field position now. 1st down and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Braylon Bryant will get the snap. It's a bad snap. He's going to have to just fall on this thing, and it is going to be a huge loss. All the way back to the 43-yard line. And you want to talk about being behind schedule, that is one thing you certainly can't afford.
Well, you just gave all the penalty yardage back, and you've got a 2nd and 23 now.
54, Gavin Linkus on the tackle.
You got to be sound. You got to take care of the football. Both of these teams now, a little careless with the football last week for Rossford and so far in this game for Genoa.
So, 2nd down and 22. Ball is going to be spotted at the 42-yard line. As we mentioned last week, you're going to see the centers running the football out of the huddle, running it up to the line of scrimmage. There is an orange beanbag. There's another bad snap. The ball is loose, and it is going to be recovered by, it's still loose. I think Genoa is going to get away with this one.
Comet fumble on the play.
Rossford had that football twice, and I think Genoa is going to end up coming away with the football. They are. It is going to be 3rd down and a whole lot.
68, Andrew Antry.
Well, you've got a quarterback in Bryant who's only 5'9". You're not used to being in a shotgun. You're used to playing under center.
Brings up
the wing T offense is based on timing again. Your entire play, the timing is going to be thrown off if you have bad snaps or someone's in motion at the wrong time. We've seen that 2 plays in a row now.
Ironically, last week it was Rossford that had a ton of issues with snaps. This week, Genoa having their own issues. In motion is Jacob Barledge. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be 4th down, and probably going to run the punt team on here. And they will, trying to pin Rossford back deep.
Well, right now you're seeing, I think, defensively for Rossford, the guys up front are dominating the football game on these first 2 drives. They're able to get into the backfield, create some penetration, and you're getting 0 push from the Genoa offensive line.
Number 17, Nate Gladio.
Good punt. Caught inside his own 5-yard line by Gladio. And we're going to get a penalty. This is going to come back. So, first mistake was catching that punt probably inside his own 5. The second one is going to be the penalty. It was on Jonathan Kellermeyer. They had 2 men back. And Kellermeyer, no, it was not on Kellermeyer. I apologize. It was on somebody coming back. But it's going to go against Rossford, and this football is going to be deep inside their own territory to start this drive.
Well, you're in punt safe, and that's a rule that's been in football since I can remember. You put your heels on the 10-yard line. If the ball's going over your head, you wave it off. You yell, Peter, 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 you're poison. You get away from the football and let the ball either roll into the end zone or die. You don't want to take a chance. Looks like this ball is going to be spotted at about the 2.
I think it's going to be, well, half the distance from where that flag was thrown, which is about the 5. Well, it was inside the 10, so it looks like they're going to put it at the 5. No, you were right. Yeah, 5, right at the 5. I thought the penalty happened right around the 10-yard line. So it'll bring up 1st down and 10 now.
Bulldogs will take over.
Rossford's going to have 95 yards to go for another touchdown, but it was a very impressive opening drive for the Bulldogs. Get those chains set on that far sideline, and they'll be good to go. Williams will get the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to try to take a shot. He's got Kroom. He is open. He's underthrown, and it's going to fall incomplete. Jamari Kroom was open if the throw would have been on time.
Wide open again. Beat at the line of scrimmage. Kroom with another great release. Gets a couple of steps on the defensive back there, and the football just hung up in the breeze here just a little bit.
You think Rossford's excited to get number 5 back? They are involving him right away, and and there hasn't been anybody on the field that can really cover him.
Well, when you got a weapon like that, and Rossford's got weapons at all the skills positions, I think Genoa's going to have their hands full tonight trying to contain these guys. But number 5 is the clear difference maker, and they're trying to put the football in his hands.
This Genoa secondary has 3 new starters this year. Williams, it's going to be a quarterback keeper over the left side. He is going to get knocked out of bounds after about 3 yards. They've got some youngsters in that secondary. They've got 2 sophomores back there. Robert Messenger and Mason Drummond. Both of them played varsity as freshmen, now as sophomores. All of those lumps you take as a freshman playing at the varsity level, you hope that pays off. And I think Paul Patterson said they have certainly grown from that experience last year from year 1 to year 2.
And they wouldn't be starting if they hadn't shown something in camp. You know, if they weren't really good football players. But I think it's a tall ask if you're telling Messenger number 21 to cover Kroom one-on-one. And it looks like he's on that island with him right now again here on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down at 6, ball at the 9-yard line. We're going to get a timeout from Rossford.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
If you're Rossford here, you're pinned up against your own goal line. Are you coming out, staying aggressive, throwing the football? That is what you do. They also run the football very effectively. I think we probably forget about that a little bit. Trenton Bachmeyer back-to-back 100-yard rushing games to start the year. So they are very dynamic in both facets of the football game. So what do you do here if you're Todd Drewsback?
Well, I think your entire playbook is open to you. However, thinking about last week, maybe they tried to do a little bit too much with the personnel that they have, resulting in 5 turnovers. That said, you've got a huge target at number 5 who's playing as your ex-receiver right now, and you've also got a very hot running back. Your entire playbook is open. I would not be surprised if you try to exploit that one-on-one coverage that's being played on Kroom by Messenger.
3:52 left to go here in the first quarter. It will be 3rd down and 6 when we come out of this timeout.
I'll tell you what, just looking around at this Genoa campus here,
yeah,
very beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful campus.
It is a It's a terrific spot, and if you're out here, it's wide open, and the baseball field is phenomenal. They've got, which is just beyond the visitor stands. Back, you can kind of see the ambulances parked over there. That's the baseball field. Behind us and behind the press box, they've got their soccer field as well. Certain the softball field just out over to the right. It is a really cool place to take in a football game on a Friday night.
They've moved Kroom now, and he's your number 3 receiver to the bottom of your screen on the left side.
Williams is going to throw. He wants Kroom. It's one-on-one, and a little bit of contact, no flag. I thought for sure that Kroom was interfered with, and they're going to say no penalty called, and Rossford's going to have to punt. Todd Drewsback was furious on that Rossford sideline. Let's take another look.
That's the mismatch again. A messenger's on him. Kroom just run right by him again. The football hangs in the air, and I'm not speaking as a former receiver here.
Yes, you are.
10 out of 10 times, that's usually a penalty.
You're always going to speak from that perspective. That's what you did.
Back deep for the Comets, number 21. Robert
so this is one part to watch in this football game. Rossford shanked a few punts last week. This is not a good one here. Ball is going to come back to the 21-yard line. This was an issue last week.
Down by number 34.
For Genoa, this
Swan.
The entire sequence just played out perfectly for them. You get the 3 and out. You stop Rossford. Now you get excellent field position. You start from the plus 21. And when you're talking about a wing T football team, again, you want to possess the football. You're not built on big plays. Your ground game is going to carry you to victory. This is an opportunity for them now just outside the red zone to strike early in this game and try to put points on the board.
So it's 1st and 10, ball at the 21-yard line. Great opportunity here for Genoa. Handoff goes to Jacob Barlage. He's going to pick up about 6, I believe, about 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and short. That is what they need to do on 1st down, is when you can get chunks like that, it certainly opens everything else up.
Well, when you start forcing safeties and your linebackers are making contact 4 or 5 yards down the field, that means your offensive line is doing their job. They're getting to that second level and getting blocks. And I actually thought that play was going to be a tackle for loss because Javier Taylor had penetration in the backfield and he played with very good leverage, unable to make the tackle.
Here's Ray Gomez. He's breaking tackles. He's down inside the 10-yard line.
Gomez, the ball carrier.
It'll be 1st and goal.
Tackle made by number 51, Xavier Taylor.
Check out the lead block right there.
It's enough yardage for a Comet. 1st down.
The wing T gives you so many different looks. You send a guy in motion. He doesn't get the football. You fake the handoff to him. Turns into a lead blocker, takes on that safety at that second level. Gomez then does the rest, picks up an extra couple of yards.
So it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Bryant under center. He's going to turn and hand to Justin Barlage. He's going to plow forward for about 2 yards. They're going to spot it, looks like, at the 6-yard line.
Tackle made by number 75, Nick Walker.
Well, Rossford's playing a complete cover 0, which means there's no safety hide. All 11 players are within 5 or 6 yards of the line of scrimmage. This would be a perfect down for a play-action pass to someone going out into the flat. You double that. You have 2 route combinations out there, someone going to the flag and someone going to the flat.
A.J. Ruby's the lone wide receiver, split way out to the right side. Man in motion. It's going to be Jacob Barlage. They're going to throw, and it is picked off. Coming back the other way. Rossford has the football. It's Christian Brown. And he is going to get knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. What a turn of events and a huge play from Christian Bryant. Christian Brown, rather. Sorry.
Christian Brown.
He read that like he knew what play was called. Take a look here. He's watching the quarterback the entire way, follows the receiver, and picks the football off. Excellent defensive play. That comes from film study and practice all week. Everybody, you watch film, everyone knows what their job is when you're looking at a certain formation. That time he's in the right position and makes a big play for this. Now you flip the field even. You know, you don't give up points, but you flip the field, and you're starting at the plus 35 with this offense.
What a bizarre first quarter this has been.
I thought for sure you were going to see some play action there. A corner route with a flat route underneath it.
We're going to get a timeout from Genoa. They're going to try to regroup here defensively. This thing has just had so many ebbs and flows. It's still the first quarter.
Yeah, the momentum swings already in a a league game. You're only playing league games this season. And Genoa coming out now, not playing the best football here in the first quarter of this football game. They're the undefeated team here tonight.
Give you a couple scores from around the area, some of the big games that are going on. Right now, the battle for the Irish night between Central Catholic and St. Francis. Central Catholic is already up 22-0 in the first quarter. St. John's and Findlay, that is our game of the week on Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday. St. John's leading Findlay 6-0. A good one in the NLL tonight between Anthony Wayne and Bowling Green. That game is tied at 7s late in the first quarter down in BG. We'll have more scores for you throughout the night. You can also always follow and look for live scoring in our WTOL 11 app. So Rossford is going to have the football. 1:38 left to go here in the first quarter. Ball at the 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the right. Jamari Kroom all alone up top. Williams going to keep it. Gets a nice lead block out there from Bachmeyer, and he's going to push forward for about 5 yards.
Williams, the ball carrier. Stop made by number 57, Colton Stewart.
If you're the Genoa defense, you got to keep your heads in the game. You can't come out there thinking, oh man, we put them in good position, gave the football up, we're back out on the field. Come out here and do your job.
Second down at 5 from the 30-yard line. Jordan Strack, Chittiga Harris along with you for this one. Williams going to throw out to the left. He's got Kroom. He's hit right as he makes the catch. They're going to give him forward progress just about a yard short, and it'll be third down.
5-yard hitch route to your big receiver on the outside, your 6'3" target, Kroom. Turn around, show the quarterback your numbers. But you look at Messenger there, he's right there. He's about a half a step too late from breaking that ball up or going the other way with it.
So it's third down and 1. There's so many things you can do here. And they're certainly going for it on fourth down. I can promise you that with Todd Drews back if they don't get it. Here's the handoff. Bachmeyer, he's going to be hit right at that line. It's going to be really close. I think they're going to give it to him. And they are. It's going to be a first down for Rossford just inside the 25-yard line.
Enough yardage for Bulldog, first down.
Good job by the offensive line from Rossford, getting a good enough push to pick up a couple of yards there. Now, the offense again for Rossford. You're moving the football. You picked up a first down. You got to cash in on this drive. You got a gift here from Genoa. You got to cash in. And I'm really surprised. Genoa's only playing a cover one, only one safety high, and he's only 10 yards off the ball.
Handoff is going to be to Bachmeyer right up the middle. He's hit immediately and brought down.
Number 24.
As the clock ticks down here in the first quarter, I think they'll probably...
Tackle made by
I don't know if they're going to try to run back up. The wind is directly in their face, so I thought maybe they would wait and let this thing go to the second quarter, but Todd Drewsback's trying to get him to hurry up. 5 seconds left in the first quarter, and they're going to wait, and they're going to just flip this thing to the other end of the field. So after one quarter of play, Rossford leading Genoa in our Game Night Live broadcast here from Genoa High School. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
Football teams both defeated Otsego last night in NBC middle school action.
From the moment everything stopped,
on their first win.
They didn't. The work, the heart, the desire to be the best, not just on Friday nights, but every morning, every day, every night. It's time for them to show you what true athletes are. There's nothing bigger on Friday nights. Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday.
And makes a difference. Support our local families.
WTOL 11 Pack-A Pickup, sponsored by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler.
Sampson Furniture and Mattress has their huge fall furniture sale going on. You can save big money with free financing for a full year. Great quality furniture at great prices. They've got sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. They've also got custom pieces as well. You can get up to 20% off on top of their everyday low prices on complete living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattress sets. Hurry though, the fall furniture sale ends September 30th. Sampson Furniture and Mattress is worth the drive to Genoa.
We're driving right now, 2nd down and 9 from the 23-yard line. They've already got a 7-0 lead. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Williams dropping back. He's going to throw right over the middle, and it's dropped by Ben Morrison. He would have walked into the end zone. He has been their leading receiver so far this year. He came into the game with 7 receptions, 98 yards, and 3 touchdowns in 2 games, but he dropped another touchdown right there.
Trying to exploit that man-to-man coverage on the outside, and he straight up dropped the touchdown. That's all you can say. As a receiver, you got to forget about that. Get back out there for the next snap and get ready to make a play for your team.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9. And as I said, Todd Drewsbeck, very aggressive. He will go for it on 4th down, basically anytime inside the 50 almost. Williams going to drop back. He wants Kroom. He's got him one-on-one, and he's going to drop it. It falls incomplete. I thought he had it.
Williams pass.
And it went through his hands. A tough catch to make. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But it'll bring up 4th down.
For the Bulldogs.
Just a little T-Rex right there. Kind of T-Rex on it instead of letting the ball fall into his breadbasket. He pulled it in a little bit. That will come later on in the season. That, you guys been out, hasn't had much practice, first game of the year. But again, exploiting that size difference on the outside and the speed difference as well against that man-to-man coverage. If you look at what Rossford's doing formation-wise, they're creating space in this defense.
Big play here, 4th down and 9. Williams going to roll. He wanted Morrison. He's not open. He's going to reverse field, and he is going to be brought down in the backfield.
Williams, the ball carrier, is dragged down in the backfield.
He was knocked down by Ray Gomez.
That's the second or third time you've called Gomez's name for a big play on defense. You're going to take a look at here. Just another waggle again. You want to get that football out. You saw him pump it. That's when that football needs to come out. You need to make a decision. You cannot reverse field there because the backside defenders are going to play with leverage. Good job by Gomez. And again, Genoa dodging another bullet, getting their defense off the field.
On the 28-yard line.
So it's 1st down and 10. A huge stop from that Genoa defense. Handoff went into Justin Barledge. He's going to pick up a couple on 1st down. We'll bring up about 2nd and 5 from the 33-yard line.
On the play, brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 6, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. This is what you want to see when your running game is the base of your offensive playbook.
Going to be another quick handoff inside and quickly brought down. Good job by the interior of that defensive line there for Rossford, clogging that thing up, and it's going to be a gain of nothing, and it'll be 3rd down and 5.
No gain on the play. Tackle was made by number 76.
Gavin DeWeese was the leader in there, number 76, and they've got some big dudes on the interior of that line.
And I see big 16 and 17-year-olds like that. I think about the parents' grocery bill.
Well, you look at Nick Walker, who is also their offensive lineman, 6'6", 290. He's playing defensive tackle right now. That's a big dude. They're going to throw here on 3rd down and 5. Rolling, and it is picked off once again. And yes, it's Christian Brown, his 2nd interception of the game.
By number 21, Christian Brown.
Again, it looks like the same play call, a little extra pressure brought from the backside there by the Rossford defense, and Brown again reading the play. And that, as a defensive back, as a defensive player in general, when you pay attention to film and you can start to kind of guess the tendencies and understand the tendencies of the offense you're playing against, it's going to show when you come out on game day. Because if you practice well and your film study is good, you're going to have performances like that. It's like he knows what's coming, and he gets out there and makes a big play once again for this defense.
Williams going to keep it. Can't shake the defender, though. He's going to be brought down after a gain of about 1.
The ball carrier stopped on the play by number
Good job
15.
by Jacob Barledge, 15 out there.
Jacob Barledge.
The first one to hit him.
Great open field tackle by Barledge. That's one of those plays where if you don't make that tackle, you're giving up a 1st down, maybe more, because he had some solid downfield blocking.
So to bring up 2nd down and 9, ball is going to be at the 32-yard line. I will say, if you're Rossford, you have to feel better. There haven't been any bad snaps so far today. That is one thing they were very unhappy with in last week's tough loss against Elmwood. Knock on wood if you're a Rossford fan, I suppose. Williams will get the snap. He's going to drop back. They wanted the screen, but it was read really nicely right off the bat by Andrew Antry, number 68. He read that perfectly from his defensive tackle position. And that kind of threw the whole play off, I think.
That's another thing that comes from film study. You got to be able to feel the screen and understand. You take a look there. You know you can't keep rushing the quarterback because that football is trying to go right over your head to that back. He's somewhere in the vicinity. Good job of discipline there. You put the quarterback kind of in a no man's land. You're not going to throw the football through me, obviously, but I'm going to make it tough for you to complete that pass.
It might not look like the prettiest thing in the world, but I can tell you he certainly disrupted the play. So it's 3rd down and 9, ball at the 32-yard line. Williams going to drop back to pass. There's going to be no flag. I thought there was going to be a hold. Coming back to make the catch. No, it's going to fall incomplete. A great play there by A.J. Rubies, the DB. Breaks that up. It was intended for Ben Morrison.
Broken up on the play by number 11.
Well, Justin Barley's got into the backfield on applied pressure. You're going to take a look at it there. Beating 2 offensive linemen. The defender there breaking up the play on the back end of it. Number 11, A.J. Rubies. Good job by this Genoa defense again.
What did I tell you? Todd Drew's back. I mean, this is a pretty much a no-brainer, I suppose, but it's 4th down and 9, and he certainly is leaving his offense back on the field.
Well, his offense kind of needs some momentum right now. They've not been playing very well since the first drive of the game, and he's going to call timeout here and talk things over.
Well, this Genoa defense, they have only given up 2 offensive touchdowns in 2 weeks. They have been really good defensively. And again, it was one of those things where Paul Patterson said we had to simplify things. It's very similar to what Rossford did offensively. They had to simplify some things defensively. The secondary had 3 new starters coming into the year. They had some young guys, and their defense has been really good through 2 weeks. They only gave up 3 points a week ago against Woodmore. So this is a Genoa defense that's been good. And outside of that first drive, they've been outstanding.
A hard-nosed, well-coached football team. I'll take that any day over a team full of, just talented skill guys who don't play with much discipline. This is a disciplined football team. They practice well, they study film, and you're seeing that here on display. Their offense has put them in a bad position a couple of times already in this game, and they've come out and they've done their job. This last series, this current series that you're watching now, Rossford, I feel like, although Genoa's the one, playing defense, I feel like the pressure's on Rossford here to get some points because you got 2 turnovers now and you've come away with 0.
We'll see what Rossford calls here on 4th down and 9. I would assume you'd be wanting to watch number 5. He's double-teamed down here. Jamari Kroom literally double-teamed.
Well, that's going to leave someone else with man-to-man coverage.
So Williams, his first look is over there to Kroom. He's going to try to go up top. He wants Kellermeyer. And it is incomplete. It was double coverage back there as well. Jamari Kroom basically was used as a decoy. And Kellermeyer still almost came down with this thing.
Well, he threw the deep ball, but he actually had Ben Morrison for a first down. Morrison ran 3 yards up the field and came underneath, gave kind of a screen look, but he was underneath. The deep receiver took the safety and the corner with him. He threw that football into double coverage. He had a first down underneath.
So Genoa will take over. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 32-yard line. 9:20 to go here, second quarter. The pitch is going to go to Ray Gomez. Out over the right side, he's going to get pushed out of bounds. First man there was Nate Gladio to lead him out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of about 5 on 1st down.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up 2nd 5.
This Genoa offensive line, they're still playing without Seth Witt, who they're hoping to get back next week. As I said, they got Gage Gallagher back this week. Right now, they've taken their right tackle, Andrew Blousey, moved him over to the left side. He's playing almost a tight end position. And they're going to run it that way. And it's going to be stacked up right there at the line of scrimmage.
Justin Barlage, the ball carrier.
I think the football came out there at some point. Ended up in the hands of a Rossford player.
They blew it dead. Yeah. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 now.
Number 54.
And another big play here for this Genoa offense.
Brandon Swope on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Gain of 1 on the play, brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4, if you're Genoa, you don't have to dig too far into your playbook. This is what this offense is based on. You just got to start converting some of these 3rd and medium situations.
Out over that left-hand side, it's going to be Ray Gomez. I think he's going to be a little bit short.
Number 17, Nate Gladio, and number 21, Christian Brown.
And they're going to give him the first down. All right.
He gained enough yardage for a Comet.
Keeps the legs churning there. I thought he was a little bit short, but good job fighting through. It took 3 defenders to bring him down on that play.
So it'll be first down. Ball's going to be at the 42-yard line. Genoa certainly needed something positive to happen on offense here on this drive. Going to be a pitch to Justin Barledge. He's going to pick up about 2. And it'll be second down.
Play by number 24, Trenton Bachmeyer. It's a gain of 3 on the play, brings up 2nd and 7.
So it'll be second down at 7 now. The clock ticking down to 7:40 left to go here, second quarter.
This is really reminiscent of last week's football game that we had. You know, with not just the offensive, personnel style and the weapons on the field, but the way the game unfolded.
It's going to be a pitch. The ball is loose, and it's going to be a turnover. Rossford's got it.
The pitch is fumbled by the Comets. It's recovered.
It was picked up by Isaiah Gillespie. It looked like the pitch was right there in the hands of Ray Gomez, and he just dropped it.
The pitch was just
maybe a little low.
Yeah, a little low bit. And a little bit behind him. And it looked like he tried to pick his head up and look downfield. Maybe he thought a defender may have been bearing down on him in the backfield. But that's turnover number 3.
Yes, it is.
Already in this first half for Genoa. Last week, Rossford was -5 on the turnover battle. Now they're already +3. You got to have more than 7 points on the board to show for it.
So it's first down and 10. Williams is going to keep it. He's got some room. He's got a first down and more. Still on his feet. He's down inside the 10-yard line. Great job by Nick Walker.
Williams, the ball carrier.
Their big left tackle getting out there out front and leading the way.
Good play call. You're going to look at him there. Big number 75 getting downfield. He got a hat on the guy, 5 yards downfield, and the rest is Williams there. Some good open field running by your quarterback.
So it's first down and goal from the 8-yard line. Williams going to keep it. He wanted Bachmeyer to be a lead blocker. He's down inside the 5. He's down at the 2-yard line. Ball came out, but they're going to rule him down. I wanted to mention Nick Walker again. He's also a basketball player. When you're a big dude, 6'6", 290, a sport like basketball certainly helps an offensive lineman. And if there aren't D1 coaches looking at him already, that to me should be the lead play on his huddle tape right there to be helping get him recruited, because the way he pulled out was absolutely perfect. Handoff inside. It's Bachmeyer pushing his way. He's going to be stood up. It's maybe right back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be third down. Maybe lost 1.
Good defense again by Genoa. Their defense is keeping them in this football game. The offense is not doing anything right now. Defensively, again, getting some penetration. Anytime you're able to get penetration right up the gut, right in the middle of that offensive line, you're going to be able to disrupt the play. That time, you're able to drop the back in the backfield there. Now you've got 3rd and goal situation from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd down and goal now from the 4. You're probably going to get 2 cracks at this thing, most likely. I don't think they'll kick a field goal. Williams going to keep it. He's going to throw it to Bachmeyer. He's open. He's into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
That's actually something that I thought you were going to see early on the earlier goal line situation. Good job of play calling here. You fake like you're going to be a lead blocker, and then you just slide out into the flat. Drops the football in the backside, right in his breadbasket for a touchdown. Perfect play call and perfect execution.
A huge play on 3rd down and goal. In to attempt the extra point, that's Michael Naraki. It is up, and it is good, and it's a 14-0 Rossford lead.
The kick is good.
So the third time they get a turnover, they finally cash one of those in.
14.
You had to have a feeling that at some point those were going to catch up to Genoa, and right there it did.
Yeah, and you've been seeing that same play design this entire game from Rossford.
And just a
Quarterback
reminder,
it's kind of an RPO type of situation, but it's designed for a pass this time around. He's been running the football. He's been using his feet to pick up some yardage down the field. That time they fake the same play, give you the same exact look. The back slips out of the backfield into the flat, wide open for a touchdown.
Thanks to everybody that's joining us on our WTOL YouTube page tonight. There is a live chat feature. I do have that up, by the way. I'm certainly watching the live chat feature throughout the night. So if there are questions or anything, drop them in there. We'd certainly love to hear from you. One of the people watching, former Toledo Rocket defensive lineman Nate Childress. So hello to Nate watching tonight. Little squib kick. It's going to be taken out over the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line. And that's where Genoa will take over with 5:39 left to go. This feels like I don't want to say it's a must score. It's still the first half, but it feels like you certainly need something positive to happen on offense. You only scored 6 points last week. You need something positive to happen, I think, if you're Genoa here.
Well, you need something positive. Let's forget about the scoreboard for a second. For the confidence of this football team, you've got 3 turnovers in the first half, and you're only down 2 scores. So you've been lucky so far in that sense. But you got to pick up a couple first downs here so you have some confidence growing in these young men as the game progresses.
Going to be a timeout here from Rossford. Let's give some kudos to this Rossford defense, too. I mean, they've been outstanding. They've created some turnovers. Steve Hankish is their defensive coordinator, a veteran DC in this area. He's been a lot of places. He was at St. John's for a little while, Fremont St. Joe's for a little while. He has full reign with this defense. Todd Drewsback basically, I don't want to say that Todd's just an offensive coordinator. Todd is the head coach. But when it comes to the defense, he says, Steve, you take care of everything. I'm going to sit back here. He likes to score points. So, and Todd was very open. He says if we score between 20 or if they hold the other team below 26 points, we should win. So that's how confident he is with what they do offensively. And they give full reign to Steve Hankish on the defensive side of the football.
Well, that's a luxury as a head coach when you can just look at your DC and say, hey, do your thing. I'm not going to interfere whatsoever. You implement your game plan. You call this game as you see, and I'll take care of the offense, and I'll make the head coaching decision. That's an absolute luxury to have on this level of football because most head coaches have their hands in both baskets.
Yeah, they certainly trust him. So it's first down and 10, ball to 33, handoff inside. That's going to be Justin Barledge with the carry. He's going to be hit, only a gain of about 3.
Stop on the play by number 24.
Just keep waiting for them to maybe
number 79.
Bust one of those plays. You get a little spot, you get 20 somewhere. But right now it's been 3 and 4 yards at a time, and it's been tough sledding right now for this Genoa offense.
Well, you've got to get credit to the defensive line of Rossford again. Good job holding the point of attack, enabling your linebackers, Bachmeyer, to get in the backfield there, meet the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage, hold them to a decent gain. I thought that play was going to go for a little bit more than it did.
Justin Barledge, the ball carrier.
Barledge once again the ball carrier. It's third down and about 5.
Well, 75. You've seen this a handful of times in this game. First down, you pick up 4 yards, 5 yards. Second down, you're only picking up 1 or 2 yards. So they've been in a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 multiple times in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Rossford now kind of bring the extra defender into the box and maybe try to bring some pressure.
Big third down at 4 here. It's going to be a pitch. It's going to go out to Jacob Barledge, and he's going to get run out of bounds. See where they mark him. At the 42-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards short.
Comets will be a yard short.
Maybe a yard short. Genoa, this is a big-time decision here for Paul Patterson. 4:24 left to go in the second quarter, and it looks like they're going to leave the offense out on the field. They're going to go for it. Play clock down to 12 as they get up to the line of scrimmage. Here we go, 4th down and 1. Big play here.
I think they're trying to draw him off. I'd be really surprised if they snapped this football.
The play clock has expired, and we're going to get a delay of game call. Yeah, they were just trying to draw them off. They had no intention of running that thing.
They came really close, too, because number 54, Gabe Linkus, really, he flinched just a little bit, almost got into that neutral zone. Gavin, excuse me.
Gavin Linkus, a good story as well. Probably the best defender on this Rossford defense. Took one for the team this year. He moved to defensive end from middle linebacker where he played last year. And the whole reason was to stop wing T teams. I mean, that was a decision they made in the offseason. The punt is away. Gathering it up for Rossford, that's Nate Gladio back there. He's going to run over to the right side, and he's going to be knocked down big. Hit over there on that far sideline. Was hit hard by Ryan Schaefer. The 6', 195-pound senior.
Gladio did a lot of running just to get hit really, really hard. As a punt returner, you got to get north-south.
Did you ever return punts?
No, I did not. I never returned punt. That was not something I was ever really interested in. I've seen some pretty horrible things happen to punt returners in my time playing football. But it looks like something fun to do. I returned punts in practice, never in games or anything like that. But yes, one rule of thumb, get north-south. It's
Absolutely.
not a position that you have the luxury of moving side to side.
So it's first down and 10, ball at the 29-yard line. 4:11 to go here before the half. See if Rossford can add on. They're going to take a shot right away. And it's overthrown. He wanted Ben Morrison streaking down the sideline.
Williams pass.
That was a perfectly thrown football. Morrison 12, just slowed down. When he came, you're going to take a look right. Well, you couldn't see it on your screen there. Morrison stopped running for just a split second to turn around and look for the ball. You're not supposed to look for the football until the last second. You're going to hear everybody in the stadium yell ball anyway, and you're on your own sideline there. You got to run through that catch.
I thought the DB maybe gave him a little tug, and that slowed him down. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I thought maybe there was a little tug back. Yeah, you're the receiver. You should. I thought you'd be defending him here.
Hey, I'll tell you what. If you think maybe there's a little tug, that means the DB did a good job of hiding it.
There you go. Williams will get the snap on second down. He's going to roll out to his left, looking for somewhere to go. He's going to throw back across the field. Dangerous throw. He wanted. I think he was throwing it to Kellermeyer. It was between Kellermeyer and Carl Fitch, 1 and 4 out there. But it falls incomplete. It'll bring up third down.
Well, if that football comes out when it's supposed to, he has a first down. He had both receivers underneath, the slot receivers running 5-yard outs, and then you had the deep ball on the outside. Both slot receivers were open. Football did not come out. Turns into a scramble drill. And these receivers need to do a better job of helping their quarterback out. When you're the deep guy, you got to come back short and help your quarterback out. And the short guy, he goes deep.
So third down and 10, ball at the 29.
You got a mismatch on numbers here on the wide side of your field.
Williams going to throw a screen. It's Ben Morrison out there. He's got it. He's got a little bit of room. Will he be able to get to the first down yardage? He's going to come up 1 yard short. Thought maybe if he turned that ball upfield there towards the end of that run, he's going to gain 9 yards, though, on fourth down.
Well, they flooded the left side of the field, the wide side of the field there, and they're going to go for it.
This is fourth down and 2 from their own side of the 50. I don't think they're going to run a play. They're going to let that play clock, though, I think, run down. Try to get this thing. Yeah, they are. That play clock you can see on your screen running down to 10 seconds now. They have no timeout, so it looks like they're going to just take the delay. And they will. So they'll move that ball back to the 32-yard line, and then they'll punt.
Game on the Bulldogs.
I'm going to go back to the previous play. They flooded the strong side of the field with 3 wide receivers to create some space, and then threw the wide receiver screen to the short side. When you catch that wide receiver screen, you want to stay between the sideline and your offensive lineman. He came too far back inside. Like you said, he did not get upfield. Stick a foot in the ground and get north-south, and you'll probably see a lot bigger play than you did there, only a 7-yard gain, unable to pick up a first down.
Williams
punt will go out of bounds. Much better punt that time. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So Genoa is going to have 2:56 to work with. Rossford will have the football coming out of the half as well. So this is a big drive here for Genoa.
Well, I think the Genoa, you got to – we talked about the confidence. They need to get something going offensively if they're going to have a shot to get points on this drive, but also to get some confidence coming in the second half. Because right now in this game, you talk about 3 turnovers, your defense keeping you in the game. It's not going to be pretty, that talk that they're going to get at halftime.
It's going to be a pitch. It's Ray Gomez. He turns it upfield at the 35, and that's where he's knocked down after a gain of about 1.
The ball carrier.
Great pursuit by the defensive line of Rossford. When you see defensive linemen out there on the edge making plays like that, that guy's playing with good leverage and following the play, playing through to the whistle. You got 2 D linemen and a linebacker making a tackle 2 yards past the line of scrimmage on a back who looked like he was going to turn the corner there.
So 2nd down and 8, ball at the 35-yard line. Clock down to 2:22 left before the half. Man in motion is Jacob Barledge. The handoff will go inside, and it's going to be a gain of about 3.
Rochford showing absolutely no respect for the passing game. You've got 9 guys within 4 yards of the ball when the ball is snapped, and the linebackers are already trying to shoot their gaps to get into the backfield. That's kind of what happens when you pick off 2 passes. 2 of the 4 passes have been thrown in the game.
Clock under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 3rd and 5. From the gun, Bryant rolls left. He throws. We're going to get a flag down. Ball falls incomplete. It's in the area of holding against Genoa. They had a few holding calls against them last week. Some I think that Paul Patterson agreed with, and some that he probably didn't. But what head coach would ever say? Now we're going to get an unsportsmanlike as well, and that is a huge penalty because it's a dead ball. So that's not only going to move the football back, and that's going to make them have to punt. So Rossford probably was going to decline the first penalty, but the 15-yarder is still going to happen. So they will decline the penalty. So it'll bring up 4th down. But now you're punting into the breeze, and Rossford's going to get the football back with a little over 90 seconds left. It was one of the offensive linemen, I believe, that was talking to an official during that dead ball period.
Well, if you're Rossford, 1:34 left on the clock, I'm seriously considering sending people after his kick to try to block it. That'll really seize control of this football game if they're able to get back there and get to this punt.
So it's 4th and 26. They had run the offense back out on the field, so the punt team is now having to run back out there with 10 seconds left, and they have to switch to a kicking ball. You can see the play clock's down to 5 seconds now. They will get it off. Latart will get the punt away. It's going to be picked up there by Gladio. He's trying to get around that right side. He's down inside the 45. We got 2 flags coming down late and a 3rd one. I think we're going to get original penalties on Rossford, but then I think Genoa is going to get one of the late penalties.
And those might offset, and you might have a re-kick here.
So the play was over, and then a flag came in very late.
Andrew Shapiro on the tackle.
The officials talking this one over.
I think 2 officials saw the same hold or illegal block, and then the official on the far side of the field got something on the sideline, maybe a late hit or personal foul.
Give you a couple scores as we wait from around the area. Central Catholic leading St. Francis 29-13. That game just a couple minutes before the half. Anthony Wayne Bowling Green 14-all, and St. John's leads Findlay 6-3 just before the half. Right now, the official's discussing with Paul Patterson about what he wants to do with these penalties.
Well, you had a personal foul, blindside block against Rossford on the return, and then you had a dead ball personal foul against Otsego. So they're going to mark off 115, or disregard against Genoa, mark off 115, and then pretty much mark it back. And what do you get? You get the ball staying exactly where it is.
All right, so Rossford has a great shot here with 1:21. They've got no timeouts, but they have a shot here just before the half to add points, and then they will also get the ball to start the second half. So this is a huge point in this ball game. So here we go. Alex Williams in the gun, three wide receivers to his left. He wants to throw on first down. He's going to take a deep shot. He's got Jamari Kroom out there, and it is picked off. Kroom was wide open. The ball was underthrown, and it will be intercepted. Ray Gomez, the most experienced of all the DBs back there, makes a huge play for Genoa.
Gomez has made several big plays in the game, and that might be the biggest of them all because he just picked off a sure touchdown. The ball thrown late and underthrown by Williams, and Gomez was actually well beaten, stuck with the play, and makes a huge interception for Genoa. I'll tell you what, I don't think I've seen a team dodge this many bullets in one half like I've seen Genoa, and it's unbelievable that they're only down by 2 scores right now. And their defense just continues to make plays.
Keeping them in the football game, that is for sure. So you would think that the Comets certainly going to run the football here and try to get this thing to the half. Turn, and there's a handoff. There's a big play.
Justin Barledge.
It's Justin Barledge with the carry on first down. So now you get a little bit more aggressive. You rush up to the line and
by number 22.
Maybe run a little bit, work a little bit faster here than you had originally thought. They'll get to the line under a minute to go. Man in motion. Hand it off once again. It's Justin Barledge. He's got 9 yards. He's out to the 44-yard line, very close to first down territory. They're going to stop the clock just to move the chains. Okay, they did give him the first down. Maybe a generous spot there.
For Comet. First down.
Generous is not really the word I would use, but it works.
So it's first down and 10 now. Once again, hand it off again. This time it's Ray Gomez. 24 gets the carry. And Genoa's going to take a timeout here with 28 seconds to go. Ball near midfield. If you are Genoa and you can somehow get points out of this drive, it would be absolutely huge. I'll mention this. Aiden Hemmert, their kicker, in practice, hit the crossbar the other day from 52. In a game, he has not proven it yet. Still has not made one in a game. He did miss last week from 32, but Paul Patterson, as he said, he kind of babied it. So when he unleashes, he certainly has a ton of leg, but that is something to keep in the back of your mind here. And they did lose a 3-time All-League kicker who had that range after last year. So interesting to see if you're Genoa what you can do here. You would certainly need at least a couple more first downs, though.
Yeah, you do need a couple more first downs, but here's the thing. I know they've had an issue throwing the football in this game. They've thrown 2 interceptions. There have been opportunities, though, with that play action to get the football to one of these backs out on the flat. Maybe you think about getting your tight end involved. Maybe someone lined up from that, I guess, a wing-back position. Getting the football out on the perimeter to one of these guys' hands. There have been opportunities there. They've just been missed.
So second down and 5. It's going to be a pitch, and it's going to be a lost yardage there. Justin Barledge lost his footing, and I think that'll probably do it. That kind of takes care of any ideas you have of rushing. They're going to use their last timeout. Yeah, they will. They got one timeout, but you let 10 more seconds go off before you called that timeout here. So maybe you get to take one deep shot. Maybe you get a pass interference penalty. Maybe you complete one.
Well, taking a deep shot would be doing something that goes completely against what they conventionally do. So I don't expect to see that. I think you just come out, line the ball up. It's third down. You run the football. going at halftime, and they need to make some adjustments before they come back out here for the second half, because what they've done here offensively in the first half is not enough. Obviously, you've got a goose egg on the scoreboard. Your defense has played lights out. Even though you've given up 2 touchdowns, 3 turnovers, and you've only got 2 scores on the board for the opposition offense. I'll take that as a win. You can't afford to keep putting that defense in that position.
Other spectators outside of your immediate household, please choose a seat that is marked the blue tape.
Well, here you go. Here's something you don't see from Genoa. They've got 2 wide receivers out in formation, 1 split to each side.
At all times, unless eating or drinking.
From the gun. Going to be a play action, a little pop pass over the middle. It was nearly intercepted, and was it? They're going to call it an interception. Stepping in there was Nate Gladio. It's the 4th turnover of the first half for Genoa, but there's only 11 seconds left.
And there's that guy again for Rossford, number 21, Christian Brown, making a play for this defense.
He was the one that tipped it.
Yeah. Exactly. He didn't bite on the play action fake. You saw the linebackers come flying up to try to stop the run. Brown read it, stayed in position, tipped the football, picked off by Rossford. Now, you've got Genoa back here playing. I've not seen this in a very long time, a prevent. You got 5 guys who are lined up 30 yards off the football. I think you're going to see Rossford here just probably run the clock out.
They've got a couple guys back 35 yards. Well, here's the deal. I mean, if you're Rossford, you might as well throw one up. Maybe Jamari Kroom can get a pass interference call. He can come down with a catch. You've probably got time for 2 plays here with 11 seconds left if you act quickly. They have no timeouts. First, it's going to be a quick out to Ben Morrison. He'll step out of bounds. So with 6 seconds left, you're going to get 1 shot here. Williams has the arm to get it down there.
Run out of bounds on the play by number 10.
So now you're looking down to the bottom of the screen. Jamari Kroom is number 5. Ben Morrison is the other one. He's a hooper. He's up top. Morrison, a very good basketball player. This ball spotted exactly at the 50-yard line. So it's 1 play here, 6 seconds to go. Williams drops back. He's going to step up into the pocket, and he will launch it deep. Going for Kroom, and it's going to be intercepted right there at the goal line. Let's see if he's going to try to return it. And then run out of bounds, and that's how the first half is going to end. Mason Drummond had the interception back there for Genoa, so their defense once again holds.
14, your Comets.
They wanted to take 1 more deep shot right before the end of the half, but Drummond was back there, and he was going for Jamari Kroom, and that is how the first half will end. 14-0. Rossford has the lead. We'll break it down when we come back.
She believes that when we come together, we are better and stronger, leading by example and helping others. She extends her hand to offer hope, a champion of hope for causes greater than one person, a promise to family and the community she calls home, a new face for your evenings, and an old friend from your mornings. Melissa Andrews joins the evening team on WTOL 11, Toledo's news leader. She believes that when we come together, we are better and stronger, leading by example and helping others. She extends her hand is greater than one person, a promise to family and the community she calls home, a new face for your evenings, and an old friend from your mornings. Melissa Andrews joins the evening team on WTOL 11, Toledo's news leader.
Samson Furniture and Mattress has their huge fall furniture sale going on. You can save big money with free financing for a full year. Great quality furniture at great prices. They've got sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. They've also got custom pieces as well. You can get up to 20% off on top of their everyday low prices on complete living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattress sets. Hurry, though. The fall furniture sale ends September 30th. Samson Furniture and Mattress is worth the drive to Genoa.
We are at halftime. The band is out on the field right now. And Chinniga Harris, Jordan Strack with you. Chinniga, you look back at this first half, and it was really a weird first half of football so far. Rossford, you're happy. You're going into the locker room up 14-0. You're happy. It felt like maybe they had even more in the tank, but Genoa's defense did a good job.
If you're Rossford, you're looking at this as we left points out there on the field. We left points, or this Genoa defense, I mean, give credit. They played lights out. They played a very sound defensive game. They gave up 2 scores, but they did step up when they needed to. If you're Rossford, the turnovers are huge. You cannot commit this many turnovers against a sound defense. Genoa's committed 4 turnovers. Rossford's given the football back to them twice.
Well, I can tell you this, Chinniga. We have had a lot of fun getting back in the broadcast booth and watching the Northern Buckeye Conference over the last couple weeks. This league, it feels like this week is wide open. This conference is wide open this season. You look last week, Otsego I thought was really good. They felt dominant, and probably they're the best team in the league so far, in my opinion. But it feels like there's a lot of teams that could win this thing. Eastwood is still very good. Rossford is good. This Genoa team is good. Elmwood last week came out and beat Rossford, so there's a lot of teams that could win this league.
Well, when you're playing only 6 conference games, you have to look at every single game as a championship game. This is a short season. You got to go out and perform every single week. We saw Otsego last week. They looked dominant versus Eastwood. To me, Eastwood didn't play a very good football game last week. They can come out and beat anyone in this league. Rossford team, 5 turnovers last week. They've got the weapons. If they put it all together, you're going to have a very tight race all the way to the end. And you've got a Genoa team tonight who's unbeaten on the season, and they're down by 2 touchdowns at the half.
Right now, if you're the Rossford Bulldogs and you're Todd Drewsbeck, what are you going into the locker room and talking about right now? You're going to get the football to start the second half, and right now you have a lead. How do you keep adding to that? I don't want to say we're not going into the locker room. They're going over to the corner because there are no locker rooms right now.
Well, I think you've got to look at it as we have to take advantage of the turnovers, right? 4 turnovers for Genoa. If you're Rossford, you need to take advantage. You've gotten a short field several times. Open that playbook up a little. You have the advantage at the skill positions. Your wide receivers are very talented. Both basketball players, they've got height advantages. Genoa's been playing man-to-man the entire game. With the exception of a couple snaps, you saw 2 safeties high. 1 safety high the entire game, the man-to-man on the corners. They need to take better advantage. Open up the play calling just a little bit.
All right. That is the story at halftime. Rossford right now on top of Genoa 14-0. We will have the second half when we come back.
From the moment everything stopped, they didn't. The work, the heart, the desire to be the best, not just on Friday nights, but every morning, every day, every night. It's time for them to show you what true athletes are. There's nothing bigger on Friday nights. Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday.
Samson Furniture and Mattress has their huge fall furniture sale going on. You can save big money with free financing for a full year. Great quality furniture at great prices. They've got sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. They've also got custom pieces as well. You can get up to 20% off on top of their everyday low prices on complete living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattress sets. Hurry, though. The fall furniture sale ends September 30th. Samson Furniture and Mattress is worth the drive to Genoa.
At Genoa High School tonight, 14-0 as we start the second half of play. Going to give you some scores from around the Northern Buckeye tonight. A shocker right now at Otsego High School. It is 13-13 between Otsego and Lake. Some of the other ones, Eastwood is leading Woodmore 27-3, and Elmwood right now 21-12 over Fostoria. If that Otsego game were to stay the way it is, it would be probably the biggest upset of the high school football season so far, I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Well, I'm kind of trying to, you and I talked about this off air a little bit, trying to figure out what's going on with Otsego.
The ball is away, and it's going to be taken by one of the up men. And he's going to get wrangled. I thought maybe there was a face mask in there. Yes, now the flags come in. I think it took the officials a second to get the flags out of their pocket, but there was certainly a face mask in there.
A sloppy start to the second half, and you know what is for a while has been a sloppy football game. 6 total turnovers in the first half, several penalties. It's not the way you need to start the second half if you're a Genoa team who's down by 14 points and give Rossford even better field position here.
One of the other high school games I'm watching right now, to give you an idea, Bowling Green is beating Anthony Wayne 21-14. This BG team is 2-0 on the season. This was going to be the measuring stick game to see if they were for real. Right now, they are answering every test, and that is very impressive. All right, here we go. Starting the second half, Williams kept it, and he was hit right away.
Great surge up front by the defensive line from Genoa, getting into the backfield, creating a pile, so to speak. You make the quarterback make a move, and then he's got nowhere to go because there's a pile of bodies in front of him on the ground. Creating back, he got back to the line of scrimmage, and he's lucky to even get that.
He's donating it to the Bamboo.
So it'll be second down at 10. Ball's at the 43-yard line. This is a big drive, I think, in this football game. If Rossford goes down and goes up 3 scores, it's going to be really tough for Genoa to come back in this thing. Williams will get the snap. Little RPO action there. He has it completed over to the left side for Jamari Kroom. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen Rossford run the football a little bit more with Trent Bachmeyer.
Yeah, you got a hot back coming off back-to-back 100-yard rushing games, and he's not carried the ball very much here in this game. I do like that play call, though. A little RPO action. You make an easy throw for Williams to your big target, Kroom, on the outside, and you pick up 4 yards, bringing up a third and manageable.
Bachmeyer had 5 carries for 40 yards in that first half. Williams wants to pass. He's going to try to take a shot. He's got a man. It is caught. It's Holden Martins. And he is going to be pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
The number 2.
Rossford stays aggressive. They keep with the deep shots, and they make a huge connection there.
Down at the 2-yard line.
That's the best ball I've seen Williams throw so far in this half. Put that football exactly where it needed to be for Martins to run underneath it and catch it for a huge play.
A big-time throw, and that's going to set Rossford up first down and goal from the 2-yard line. Williams will take the snap. He's going to pitch it out to Bachmeyer. He gets hit. He powers to the pylon, and they are going to say he is down. It looks like he's inside the 1-yard line.
A couple inches short of the goal line. He's stopped by number 24.
Wondering if here's a situation where it's you just run QB power, you try to get Bachmeyer in there as a lead blocker and let Williams power his way in over maybe his big left tackle, Nick Walker.
That I was looking at the formation, the way they're starting to line up, that is probably going to be the call. It may very well be the call.
It's going to be inside. It's going to be Bachmeyer. He's going to get the carry, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, they proved us both wrong there. Shows how much we know.
Touchdown.
Feed it to Bachmeyer again. He's coming off 2 very good games the first 2 weeks of the season. And he finds pay dirt there just right up the middle, keeping it nice and easy and simple.
Bachmeyer has a receiving touchdown, and now he's got a rushing touchdown. The extra point is up, and it is good. It's a 21-0 lead for the Rossford Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs, 21. The Comets, 0.
Looking at some of those first half numbers, Williams was 5 of 17 and threw 2 interceptions. Outside of a couple big plays, really, they just didn't have a ton of success moving the football. When you look at the total yardage, offensively, Rossford outgained Genoa 134-71 in that first half. Justin Wright's my guy over here on the stats tonight, who is always there for Rossford.
21,
thank God.
Messenger.
We let him plug into our power strip so he could have his printer there, and the only reason I let him do it is so he would give us stats. I had some selfish motives there.
I think Pluto once said, teamwork makes the dream work.
There you go. Kickoff fielder right at about the 20-yard line. Here's a little bit of room. Still on his feet. That's Robert Messenger. It's exactly what Genoa needed.
Robert Messenger on the return.
There was no late flag. Thought maybe there was going to be a late hit out of bounds, but Messenger came up to field that football, and he made a great move right there.
I think if he doesn't stumble there, he might take this because he then stiff-armed someone to the ground. And, wow, he's taken out way out of bounds there. I definitely thought there'd be a flag thrown.
So they've got the ball at the 38-yard line. Genoa in a must-score situation here. The handoff is to Gomez. He breaks a couple tackles. He's got 9 yards on first down.
The ball carrier stopped by number 56, Brandon Swope.
Gomez is a tough football player. Look at the way that young man's built. Low center of gravity, plays behind his pads, breaks the first tackle there, picks up an extra 4 yards after contact to bring up a second and short situation.
9:30 to go here in the third quarter. Bryant under center. He'll get the snap. He's going to pitch it. It's going to be Barledge over the left side. He's got the first down. They'll move the chains.
It's enough for a Comet. First down.
This is the answer, like you mentioned a little bit ago. This is how you answer that big play and then the touchdown that your defense just gave up. You come out, big kick return, you start at the plus 38-yard line, 2 plays of first down, and you got to keep this going if you're Genoa. You got to get points on the board, and you got to get them on the board fast.
First down, they're going to hand it off. It's Gomez again over the left side. He's hit immediately. He'll gain about a yard.
Ray Gomez, the ball carrier.
Gavin Linkus was in there, 54.
Stop on the play by number 22, Joey DiBartoli, and number 79.
Also Joey DiBartoli in there.
Robbins.
So it's second down and set. They're actually going to give him 3 yards on that. I didn't think he had 3 yards on that. I'm going to have you look at my screen. You can see this here. Anthony Wayne and Bowling Green, color on color tonight. Blue against red. You don't see that normally. It looks really good on TV, too. Spinning out of a tackle. It's Jacob Barledge. He's down inside the 10-yard line. A huge play, and now Genoa with their best chance of the night. First down and goal. They're going to mark this ball about the 6-yard line.
Outside handoff there. He initially wanted to go off tackle. Not available. Circle button on the outside. Spins back up in the middle. Gets a big first down here inside the 10-yard line. First and goal for Genoa.
I bring up the color thing. You couldn't do that against with Rossford and Genoa. It'd be the same exact colors.
Yeah.
First down and goal from the 7. Handoff inside. Going to pick up about 2 yards. Ray Gomez was the ball carrier there.
What I like about these Genoa backs is they run hard, they run with a good pad level, and they protect the football. You see these guys with 2 hands on the football when they're carrying it. That's good coaching.
A little surprise down in Findlay. The Trojans leading St. John's 10-6 as they get ready to start their second half down at Donnell Stadium. Here's the pitch outside. It's Barledge. He's trying to turn it up. He's inside the 5. He's going to be marked down at about the 2-yard line, and that'll bring up third and goal.
That play just seemed like it took forever to develop. Good pursuit by the Rossford defense. You're going to see guys here playing with good leverage, just running down the line. Don't get too far beyond the line of scrimmage. Just run down the line of scrimmage and make a play on the ball carrier.
So third and goal from the 2-yard line. This is a must-score situation if you are Genoa. You have 2 plays here to put it into the end zone. He's got Gomez and Barledge in the backfield. Man in motion. He's going to hand it off. It's Gomez. There's nothing there. It's going to bring up 4th down and goal.
Again, white shirts flying to the football from that defense by Rossford. Good job getting some penetration first at the point of attack by the defensive lineman, and then your linebackers flying in there to kill off the play. I expected to see a little bit of play action and try to hit one of those backs out in the flat. We've seen them do that many times in this game so far. 3 straight runs. Now you got 4th down. You got to cash in here.
Biggest play of the game right now if you're Genoa. 4th down and goal from the 2-yard line. And they jumped. It's only going to be a half the distance. So you're going to move it up a yard. It'll still be 4th down. But hey, when you're down at that point of the field, a yard is a yard. You'll take it.
Yeah. You're 3 feet closer to pay dirt.
The Bulldogs. Half the distance to the goal. Brings up 4th down.
So here we go. 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. An absolutely huge play. Bryant will check back to the sideline. Man in motion. We're going to get a timeout for Genoa. They understand just how important this play is in this game. And now you're going to get a chance to come back, talk it over, and now you get to draw up your very best play. You need 1 yard. What are you doing here, Chittiga, if you're Paul Patterson in Genoa?
Well, I think you kind of wasted your play action down on 2nd or 3rd down there, so you're not going to throw the football here if you're Genoa. My thinking is they're going to line up and do what they've been doing all along, just play smash mouth football and try to pick up that 3 yards, that 1 yard for a touchdown. You're playing against the defense that's been flying in the football. The defensive line has held the point of attack for the most part this entire football game. You got to line up, put a hat on the hat, and get a push up front and get into that end zone.
So here we go, coming out of the timeout. A big-time play in this football game right here. Genoa absolutely has to have it. Steve Hankish, see what he draws up on the defensive side if you are Rossford. 1 wide receiver split way to the right side of the field. Here's the snap. It's going to be a pitch. It's Barledge. He's hitting the backfield. Does he get in? He does. It's a touchdown for Genoa.
Justin Barledge with the 1-yard plunge for the Genoa Bank touchdown.
Again, another hard-run, hard-earned touchdown for Barledge. Hitting the backfield, able to keep his balance, and lunge at the very end there to pick up the touchdown.
Genoa Athletic Boosters.
If you're Genoa, that's the answer you needed. You cannot afford to give the football back over to Rossford down 21-0 after coming away with no points down there in the red zone.
Hemmert's extra point is up and good. It's a 21-7 ball game. They're right back in this thing. You absolutely had to have it on that drive, and they got it.
Yeah, that was one of those drives where, hey, if we don't come up with some points here, 6 points, a touchdown, this football game might start to spin out of control. Get some confidence. Hey, we can score on these guys. They're not doing anything special on defense. Just play our game. Now, you have to trust your defense now. Get back out on the field. Get a stop. The defense carried them in the first half. You're going to – conventional wisdom says that as much time as they spent out on the field in the first half, they may start to wear down as this game goes along. But right now, you got to trust them. Hey, we need you guys to go out here and get a stop for us.
So Rossford will get the football back here. 5:36 left to go here in the third quarter.
Aiden Hemmert kickoff for the Comets.
Hemmert will kick it off for Genoa. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to be fielded there by Nevin Hanthorn for Rossford.
Hanthorn on the return.
Hanthorn, just a sophomore.
10.
One of the up men there.
Tim Materney.
And that's where Rossford's going to take over. Ball's going to be at the 33-yard line. And we'll see what Rossford has. See if they try to go to the ground game here and try to take a little bit of time out of this ball game.
Well, you got 5 minutes left in the third quarter. I say you run your offense. You come out and you continue to play your game and try to march down the field and put points on the board again.
Williams going to keep it. He's got some room. Williams still with it. He's down to the 40. He's down at the 37-yard line. Once again, I want you to watch number 75, Nick Walker, the offensive lineman, with a huge block to spring in.
Big 75, they're leading the way again. You're talking about a guy his size being that mobile to get down the field and make a block to spring your quarterback. Big run and a outstanding play call. We've seen that play called a couple of times. This is the first time that they've really been able to spring it for a huge gain.
He looks like a Division I offensive lineman, does Nick Walker. Pitch is going to be out to Buckmeyer. I actually think that was a forward pitch, the way that it ended up being. I don't think that was going to be a carry. I think that's a pass.
Trenton Buckmeyer, the ball.
Buckmeyer has it, regardless of what it is. It's another first down.
A long handoff. It's what it is, really. You get the ball on the outside to Buckmeyer. Now, you talked about him getting him involved a little bit more. He scored a touchdown on the last drive. Big play there to pick up another first down.
So Rossford right back in business. Williams going to keep it himself. He's got room over the middle once again. Williams into the end zone for a touchdown, 23 yards.
Touchdown. Number 10.
Quarterback draw.
Williams.
Dialing it up again, and with the exception of the one pitch a little bit ago, you fake
23 yards.
The inside handoff to your back going across the formation, right up the middle of the field. The defense goes with the back, and the linebackers that time did not show the discipline that they've been showing the majority of the game so far. They went with the back, opened up the middle. Williams just almost easily waltzed into the end zone.
Back-to-back scoring drives to start the second half. The extra point is good. It's 28-7 Rossford. This sophomore quarterback, Alex Williams, has a shot to be a very good one for Rossford. A year ago, they had Kyle Kromenacker, an all-NBC quarterback, almost 2,000 yards passing, over 600 yards rushing. He accounted for 28 total touchdowns. This sophomore, you wondered how he was going to fill in. So far, so good.
Yeah, you're not, you don't want to look ahead too much, but you got 2 more years of this young man leading your offense. He's starting to grow up. His 3rd game as a starter, and you mentioned it earlier, they want to simplify the offense. Well, you're starting to see them maybe open it up a little bit more. Trust him with the football in his hands to carry the football. And 4:32 on the clock, they scored that touchdown in less than 1 minute. They took possession with 5:30 left on the clock. So big answer there from Rossford.
Comets, number 24, Ray Gomez. So number 21, Robert Messenger.
That Bowling Green Anthony Wayne game now 21-21. St. John's down 10-6 down in Findlay. Short kickoff here. That's a live ball, and it's going to go out of bounds. They had a real shot. They got an onside kick back in week 1. I don't know if that was trying to pop that ball up to try to get an onside kick, but there was some open field, and that was really close to being a live ball that Rossford could have recovered.
Well, some of those squib kicks have kind of a dual purpose.
Yeah.
You try to catch the kick return team napping and expect the ball to go deep. You try to catch one of the upmen. We saw it last week. Otsego tried to hit one of the Eastwood upmen with the ball and tried to recover it. So the flip side of that is you usually give up field position as a result.
So Genoa needs an answer here. Down 3 scores. Handoff was to Robert Messenger.
Robert Messenger, the ball carrier.
That was his first carry of the night.
By number 21.
We said we'd see 4 different guys carry the football. He was the 4th.
I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from this Rossford defense. Despite giving up the touchdown on the last drive, you still got guys flying to the football. They've committed their fair share of turnovers here in this game and put their defense in a bad position, but you look at the scoreboard here, only 7 points for Genoa.
Yeah, that defense was lights out in week 1. They played well enough to win last week. The offense, according to Todd Drewsbeck, was to blame for that one. Another great job. The first man in there was Gavin Linkus. He was the young man I talked about earlier who made the position change in the offseason. Was their middle linebacker a year ago, moved him to defensive end. And he makes a huge play there to bring up 3rd down and long.
Well, he made a position change, and it looks like he put on a little bit of size from a middle linebacker. still got the speed, still got the mobility to get into the backfield, and that's what happens when you get those guys that move from linebacker to defensive end. They have that same linebacker speed, but they're going to be able to have a little bit of an edge on that get off on the line of scrimmage to get into the backfield.
So 3rd down and 10. Pitch is going to go out to Messenger. He's got a little bit of room. He's out near midfield, but he's going to be a little bit short. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 2. I think if you're Genoa, at this point, down 3 scores, you got to go here on 4th down.
Messenger's not really a big guy, only 155 pounds, but you're going to take a look here. 2 hands on the football, breaking a tackle, and then carrying ball carriers down the field after receiving a pitch. Just a simple toss sweep there, and he picks up 8 yards. And like you said, Genoa's now 4th and 2. They're going for it.
Yes, they are. It's going to be 4th and a long 2. They're going to check to the sideline. Play clock down to 5. Man in motion. Get the snap. It's a pitch. It's Barlich. He's got 1st down yardage. And Genoa will move the chains. A big play there for the Genoa offense.
Stopped on the play by number 22.
Thing about this wing team, man, you get a lot of movement from your offensive linemen, a lot of pulling, and you're going to see some pulling action here. 2 offensive linemen leading the way. The kick-out block, he cuts inside of that, picks up a 1st down for Genoa. Genoa's got to go, though. You can't take too much time. You're down 3 scores.
I want to hop in that YouTube chat right now. I wanted to answer one question from Johnny. They asked why the ref isn't placing the ball. New this year because of the pandemic, the ref is not touching the football. They will put down an orange beanbag. The center will take the ball back to the huddle, or if you're a no-huddle team, you will run that ball directly up. You'll see the referee right there. He places down the orange beanbag. The ball comes back into the huddle with the center, and then he will go and put the football down. It's just one of the precautions they've put in place, trying to keep everybody safe. A big change, and I'm still waiting to see how it's going to affect the end of game situations. I think that's where things are going to be very interesting if you need it late. Handoff on 2nd down. It's going to be good for a couple, but it'll bring up 3rd down at about 3 or 4. Justin Barlich on the last carry. Chittiga, if you're in a no-huddle situation late in a ball game or late in a half and you're trying to get that ball back to the line as quickly as you can, it could make for some interesting situations with referees or linesmen not spotting the ball.
I think your 2-minute drill now is going to have to start about 4 minutes because of that. Too many people, too many factors involved there. Throwing a beanbag down, you got to find it, set the ball down, referees get out of the way, and then snap the football.
It's going to bring up 4th down. He's going to be just a little bit short. Justin Barlich was the ball carrier. Was hit from behind.
Robbins, number 24, Trenton Bachmeyer.
So another big 4th down for Genoa as the clock ticks down. Under 20 seconds right now to go here in the 3rd quarter. They've got to snap this thing before the end of the 3rd quarter. They can't wait. I beg your pardon. The play clock is off by 2 seconds, so they are going to wait till the 4th quarter. And that is how the 3rd quarter will come to an end. Genoa, a huge 4th down to start the 4th quarter. They're down by 3 scores. They absolutely have to have it. We'll have the 4th quarter coming for you after this.
From the moment everything stopped, they didn't. The work, the heart, the desire to be the best, not just on Friday nights, but every morning, every day, every night. It's time for them to show you what true athletes are. There's nothing bigger on Friday nights. Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday. She believes that when we come together, we are better and stronger, leading by example and helping others. She extends. From the moment everything stopped, they didn't. The work, the heart, the desire to be the best, not just on Friday nights, but every morning, every day, every night. It's time for them to show you what true athletes are. There's nothing bigger on Friday nights. Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday.
Handoff inside. It is not going to be enough. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
Justin Barlage,
huge stop for this Rossford defense. And again, the penetration coming up front from the defensive line, number 54. Gavin Link is in quietly tonight. Number 56, Brandon Swope, has played a heck of a football game. That is a combination you want as a defensive coordinator. Your defensive tackle getting into the backfield, creating the disruption, and then your linebacker coming in and cleaning it up for no gain. First down for your offense taking over.
Okay, I'll ask the question again. Now is this where Rossford takes the air out of the ball a little bit and they try to run the football and run some clock?
I would say so.
Carl Fitch will get the carry. You would just think at this point in the football game.
You would, but here's the thing too. Nothing beats live snaps against a defense that is not your own scout team. Okay, nothing is going to beat live snaps against an opposition who you have a common opponent. They've watched that film. They've taken the good things that worked against your offense and put it into their game plan. You're playing against an unfamiliar team here, and you want to get some snaps. You got guys out here who are going to play a big role for the rest of the season. You got 3 games left. You got to win all of them to win this league.
Sure. Williams going to keep it again, and he's going to be hit for a loss of a yard.
With that said, that is something I would be concerned with because he went down a little bit awkwardly there, tripping after first contact. And it's a young man who played really well tonight, and he's going to be depended on here to carry this offense the rest of the way this season.
Yeah, if he were to be the one to get hurt, that would probably be the most catastrophic potential injury. You can't have that.
A 3rd and 11 now. 4 wide for Rossford. Timeout call.
Timeout, Rossford.
Got a timeout here from Rossford.
Thank you to Amplex Internet for providing broadband.
Samson Furniture and Mattress has their huge fall furniture sale going on. You can save big money with free financing for a full year. Great quality furniture at great prices. They've got sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. They've also got custom pieces as well. You can get up to 20% off on top of their everyday low prices on complete living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattress sets. Hurry, though. The fall furniture sale ends September 30th. Samson Furniture and Mattress is worth the drive to Genoa.
So Rossford up 28-7. Want to give you an update. The game of the night in the Northern Lakes League. Bowling Green is leading Anthony Wayne 28-21. They just scored with 3:30 left to go. BG trying to get to 3-0.
That is a huge result if it holds like this because Anthony Wayne is a team that's dominated that league the last few years.
Of course, we'll have everything coming for you on Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday. On WTOL tonight, we will be doing the show live from right here in Genoa, which we are excited about. Third down and 11. Williams going to throw. It's completed to Kellermeyer. He's going to be short of the first down.
Williams' pass is complete to Kellermeyer.
Great play made there by Robert Messenger, 21, coming up to make the tackle, and Rossford's going to have to punt.
We've mentioned Messenger's name quite a bit tonight. He's played a good football game for Genoa. But like I mentioned before, you're running your offense. That play wasn't designed to pick up a first down. You want to get some guys some repetition. Give your young quarterback an opportunity to throw the football just a little bit more. You didn't pick up a first down. Now you're going to punt the football away, but you're getting reps in a game that you're clearly in control, and you're in control of the clock as well because your opponent – their offense isn't built to put up 21 points in less than 9.5 minutes.
It's a great punt. It's going to roll dead inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. Big shout-out to the Indian Ridge watch party out there tonight. Of course, we're bringing these games to you on WTOL's YouTube page completely free this year. We have Northern Buckeye football all year long through the regular season, which we are very excited about. It has been a terrific couple weeks so far. Coming up next week, we will be out at Rossford. That should be a good one. Rossford taking on Eastwood. Excited to get out to that one. That should be another game of contrasting styles. I'm interested to see how this Rossford team matches up against Eastwood. Be a very similar thing for them to have to face that wing T back-to-back weeks. I'm sure that's certainly an advantage.
Well, it definitely is an advantage because you're going to take the good things that you've done on defense tonight and apply them next week. But Eastwood seems to have gotten their groove back tonight. They've been able to run the football. You look at the scoreboard here. And Eastwood ahead in that game and going away with it. If Eastwood can run the football next week, I think you're going to have with the way Rossford's playing right now, the way Eastwood bouncing back from that emotional loss last week to Otsego, I think you should see a pretty good game. Two evenly matched. Talent-wise, I say it's evenly matched.
That was Christian Brown on that last tackle. He has played an unbelievable football game. That was a great open field tackle. Playing one of the best games of his life defensively. He just needed the WTOL crew to get out and put a game on, and Christian Brown went and turned on his best performance ever. This has been unbelievable. I talked about huddle tapes earlier. You want to talk about putting on your huddle tape. Christian Brown has about 3 or 4 or 5 plays in this game alone that could lead his huddle tape. That's what the kids do now, Chittiga. You're a little older now. What the kids do is they get to make their own. They all make their own huddle tapes, and they can have send them right out to recruiting services. It's terrific. Back in the day, what did you do? Pop in the VHS tapes? And
100%.
Hope a coach came to see you?
100%. Not even a coach could see you. You mailed them off. You mailed tapes off to school. You had them in a pile, offense or defense, depending on which school might have been looking at you for one thing or the other. Luckily for me, I wasn't getting looked at too much, so I didn't have to buy too many videotapes. But a friend of mine, for instance, Gary Tisdale, he was Central Catholic, two-way player, excellent two-way player. Recruited by all the MAC schools, recruited by a lot of Division I AA schools. I would say Gary probably sent out about 40 or 50 tapes, both offense and defense, to different schools. Piles of tapes. Ended up getting chosen for the Big 33 All-Star game, Ohio versus Pennsylvania.
Punt away, 7:30 left to go here, and Rossford in complete control right now, up by 3 scores with 7:30 to go as they try to improve to 2-1 on the season. Keep themselves right in the thick of things in the Northern Buckeye Conference. An update from that game at Otsego. Otsego leading 20-13 over Lake. That was a game that it was just one of those classic, a letdown game. Your Otsego, your biggest win that you've had in over a decade. You're feeling really good, and then you have to come play a Lake team that has struggled out of the gate. And Otsego, playing right down to maybe playing it down a little bit to your competition, and Lake is right in that football game.
Well, momentum and confidence can be a giant killer. You let a team come out and jump on you earlier, even when you know that you've got the talent advantage and maybe the scheme advantage. But you mentioned it, you said it perfectly. The emotional win last week, when you've not beaten a team in 15 seasons and you go out and, for all intents and purposes, dominate them and come away with a victory. A little bit of a letdown this week maybe, and now they're in a dogfight with a Lake team that they, on paper, should not really have too much of a problem with. But you give credit to Lake. That's why you come out here and you line up and you go through a week of practice and you come out and you play the football game.
So Rossford is going to take over, and there's a penalty on that last play. It's going to be a long way to go. I want to give you an update. Central Catholic leading St. Francis 43-19. They are going to win the Irish Night for the 17th straight year. 17 straight years against your rival. Big pass over the middle, and the ball was in and out of the hands of Nevin Hanthorn.
20. Hanthorn falls. Incomplete.
We got a man down on the field. An injury timeout here from the officials. Paul Patterson going to go check on his guy. Set 6:53 to go. 2nd down and 25 upcoming as Rossford tries to just get out of this thing.
Looking ahead to next week with Rossford taking on an Eastwood team that is coming off a huge win tonight. Rossford offensively, they're not going to get away with turning the football over. If they turn the football over, they might end up in the same situation they were in last week. Although 5 turnovers is a little bit different, but Eastwood has the talent on defense. We got to see that team last week versus Otsego, and they made some plays. They just ran into a team that was determined to go out there and get a victory. But you've got a running game where Eastwood's got 4 or 5 really, really good backs who can carry the football and carry the load on any given week. And you got a defense that plays pretty well also. So I think Rossford, you got a few things to clean up tonight.
Sampson Furniture and Mattress has their huge fall furniture sale going on. You can save big money with free financing for a full year. Great quality furniture at great prices. They've got sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. They've also got custom pieces as well. You can get up to 20% off on top of their everyday low prices on complete living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattress sets. Hurry, though. The fall furniture sale ends September 30th. Sampson Furniture and Mattress is worth the drive to Genoa.
So it'll be 2nd down and 25. The Genoa player that was injured looks to be okay. It was A.J. Rubies, who's still down on the sideline working on that left leg. Looked like he's going to be okay, though. He's a guy that plays both ways for them, so they're going to need him back for sure. Williams going to keep it. He's going to run it. He's right up the middle. He's got some room. He bounces outside. He's still on his feet. He shoves a defender down, and he needs to go down because that's one guy you have to protect. That's what you were talking about, Chittiga. At this point in the game, it's in hand. You're up 3 touchdowns. It's 3rd down. You have a 3rd down coming up. You need him to get down. Just right there, just get down. I know you want to make a play. It's hard to tell a high school kid that, but you need to get down and protect yourself for the long run.
That last thing you just said, it's hard to tell a high school kid that. I was going to say, try telling that to a 16-year-old in the open field right now. And he's made a couple of guys miss, made a nice spin move in the middle of the field, gets to the outside, breaking tackles. And you're right, I was pointing down, I was saying, get down, get down. You got to understand that you can't take the hate slit in the game, but
he's got it again. Here's Williams running all over the place. He's into a big pile, and he's going to finally get taken down. It'll be 4th down.
Alex Williams, the ball carrier.
I'll tell you what, he's thrown a couple of nice footballs tonight, but he's showing now late in the game here that he's a tough ball carrier as well. He just kind of understands situationally you can't be taking too many hits late in his game because next week against that tough Eastwood defensive line, that active linebacking core, you're going to get a hat put on you a handful of times in that game.
Back deep.
So 4th down.
Robert Messenger.
And Rossford's going to punt this thing away. How about the Findlay Trojans up 24-13 on St. John's into the 4th quarter. Ball's going to hit and roll. It's going to, did it make it in? No, they saved it. Oh, what a play on special teams. Try to make out a number.
A Swope. I'm pretty sure that was Swope again.
Mark Swan.
It was Brandon Swope. You were right. What a play on special. You're up 3 touchdowns late in the 4th quarter, and you're making that kind of play on special teams? Are you kidding me?
Not only are you making that type of play on special teams, but you're the starting middle linebacker making that type of play. That's the type of effort that wins championships. Coaches would tell you that.
That's a sophomore, by the way.
How tall? How 6'1"?
Swope is listed at 6 foot 185. He's a sophomore. That is a terrific, terrific play.
Perhaps undersized, 6 foot 185 as a sophomore linebacker.
Stop on the play by number
that kid's going to probably put on a good 15 to 20 pounds over the summer next year. And as active as he is right now, as we've seen him here tonight, making those type of effort plays at the end of a game that you have in hand is the type of play that turns you into a champion.
Got to get him on the Chittiga Harris weightlifting plan.
Well, I mean, might benefit him a little bit, just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure they've got a nice facility over at Rossford High School, completely rebuilt school.
Yes. Handoff inside. It'll be That Rossford defensive line once again doing a terrific job stacking everything up. I want to tell you, yesterday I texted you and I said, listen, we're going to be doing the broadcast outside. We're in the outside booth tonight, okay? Out in the air. We got the lake breeze coming here at Genoa. I said, bundle up. But you know what? It hasn't been too bad.
No, it hasn't. And you remember what I texted you back? With our luck from previous work before, whenever we've been outside, it's gotten cold and it rained.
Yeah.
We've got neither tonight. We've got a pretty peaceful night, cool breeze, a little chill in the air. This is fall. This is fall in Ohio.
Yeah, you got the quarter zip on, just a long sleeve, no big deal. We can handle this. Good to have football season here. We're going to get a delay of game penalty against Genoa.
Penalties on the Comets for delay of game.
3:39 left to go in this ball game. So if you're Rossford, you have to be very pleased. You come on the road, you bounce back from, it was a loss that they were not happy about. I think that was one thing, talking to Todd Drewsback the other day out at practice, he said to me, that he was happy that they weren't happy with losing. They were upset about a loss. And sometimes, with high school kids, you don't know. You just, it is what it is sometimes. And, you move on. You got other things going on. You're worried about all sorts of things. But they were not happy, and he was very pleased with the way that they had responded. And tonight they came out and they responded very well.
Well, offensively, I think they played a very sound game. A couple of turnovers, a couple of drop balls, but I'd be happy watching the offensive film. I think defensively is where they stood out tonight. Their defense played a heck of a football game to hold this ground game. You see a nice punt return by Gladio. To hold this ground game,
on the return.
to control this ground game, the way that they have tonight. Genoa's been playing good football. They came into this game unbeaten for a reason. If you're Rossford, you need to clean up those turnovers, however. The drop balls, you can't have those. You cannot afford to turn the football over like they did in this game next week against Otsego. Otsego is the team that will make you pay if you turn the football over to them.
They have limited Genoa to 133 total yards in this ball game. If you would have told Todd Drewsback that at the beginning of the week, he would have taken it, averaging just 2.4 per play this year in this game is Genoa. Steve Hankish and that defense going to be very, very happy as they watch the tape of this one. And as I said, Todd Drewsback gives him full reign. He can do basically whatever he wants on that defensive side of the football, and you can see why. He is leading a unit that was lights out in week one. They had the shutout, and last week they were put in some bad positions, and tonight they playing very, very well.
Sampson Furniture and Mattress has their huge fall furniture sale going on. You can save big money with free financing for a full year. Great quality furniture at great prices. They've got sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. They've also got custom pieces as well. You can get up to 20% off on top of their everyday low prices on complete living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattress sets. Hurry, though. The fall furniture sale ends September 30th. Sampson Furniture and Mattress is worth the drive to Genoa.
And Rossford's going to take over, and they are going to get some guys into the ball game. In at quarterback now is Luke Kress. This is cool. A senior backup quarterback getting into the ball game right here. You always love these kind of moments at the end of a game. Guy who doesn't get to play a ton.
Get in there, get some reps, run the offense. It's probably just going to be a couple of handoffs here, but this is repaying guys for their hard work. They work hard in practice. They work hard in the classroom. They work hard in the film room. Give them the opportunity to come on a Friday night, get some snaps, get some adrenaline going. I mistakenly said that Rossford's playing Otsego next week. They're playing Eastwood.
Yes.
They're playing against Eastwood in that wing team next week. Eastwood has a very good running game led by number 45. Last name is Mike, the best last name in high school football this year. Don't at me. You talk to Jordan Strack on Twitter. His Twitter mentions are always a joy when he tweets about anything, including high school football.
It could be anything, and I'm gonna get people fired up. It doesn't matter what I could say. The sky is blue, and somebody's gonna come and yell at me and tell me if I'm wrong. It's fine though. I love it. You can also jump in the our YouTube chat right now and chat with us for these last couple minutes. We got 150 now left in the game. That's I think that's actually one of the cool features about doing these games on YouTube is that we have a live chat going and fans can interact the entire time. And make sure you stick with us tonight on Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday. We got coverage from 12 games across the area. Our game of the night, St. John's and Findlay. The Trojans trying to get to 3-0, and that would be Matt Pease took over. Matt Pease was he was a quality control coach for the Tennessee Titans the last couple years. His dad is Dean Pease, who was the longtime defensive coordinator, won a couple Super Bowls, won one with the Baltimore Ravens. He coached with Bill Belichick. He coached with Nick Saban. He's coached with just about everybody, Dean Pease had. His son is now the head coach at Findlay, and right now he has come in, and he has them at 3-0 if they win tonight, which would be absolutely huge. And we will have Christy Kopanis down there following that game tonight on Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday.
This is a Findlay team that they're doing this to his St. John's team that had a shot to beat Central Catholic last week.
Very good shot.
Played very well last week on both sides of the ball.
No gain on the play. Stop on the play by number 57, Colton Stewart.
So Rossford went for it there on fourth down. Basically, that's a respect thing. You don't kick the field goal. You don't try to score more points there. You try to give your opponent the chance to stop you, but you're also giving some live snaps to some guys who just don't get snaps.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing the same thing on the other side here, too. Genoa getting some guys in the game who aren't normally
And how about this?
Getting snaps.
Bowling Green is going to beat Anthony Wayne 28-27. A huge win for Bowling Green and Dirk Connor. Gives the Bobcat that. I mean, this was a measuring stick game. You want to know how good you are, you go beat Anthony Wayne, and I think Bowling Green is going to beat them. That game is down under the final 30 seconds, and they're taking knees down in BG. Try to get you one last check of that St. John's Findlay game if we can, too, before we go off the air here. 24-13 Findlay leads that one, 7:51 to go in that ball game. So coming up next week, we will be out at Rossford. It's Rossford and Eastwood. Our Northern Buckeye Conference game night live broadcasts continue from there. We're looking forward to that one. That should be another good one.
Again, the contrasting styles. You got weapons all over the field on one side, throwing the football around, attacking defense, versus a 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust type of team, hard-nosed defensive team, hard-working team, but Eastwood's got skill out there too. There's a handful of kids on that defense that like flying around, and they've got some offensive talent as well. Should be a very good matchup.
So Rossford improves to 2-1. They get a big win on the road tonight, 28-7. The final score. The Bulldogs bounce back very nicely, Chittiga. Some final thoughts as we before we say goodbye here tonight. This Rossford team, the defense was outstanding. The offense did just enough, and they look like they have a shot. I'm very interested to see how they play against Eastwood next week, and then you've got Otsego coming down the line eventually. That should be a ton of fun as well.
Well, this was a bounce-back game for them, and they needed to after the performance they had last week with 5 turnovers. But you came in here to play against a team who was unbeaten. They're a solid football team in their own right. Genoa's not just a team that you look at on the schedule and you mark down as a W. Genoa played well tonight. Rossford being able to force the turnovers. The same thing that happened to them last week, they did it to Genoa tonight. They forced some turnovers, got their offense back on the field. They cashed in on a couple of those turnovers, and that's why they were able to come away with a three touchdown win tonight.
A terrific football game here tonight. We thank you so much for watching. For everybody that was part of this one, we had Gina White, we had Scott Langendorfer, we had Steve Rodajev and Joe Weaver, Jay Schell, who has worked tirelessly to put these things on the air, and we really appreciate him. Our art director, Kyle Omler, for making all the pretty graphics. For Chittiga Harris, I am Jordan Strack. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you tonight on Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Big Board Friday over on WTOL 11.
Samson Furniture and Mattress has their huge fall furniture sale going on. You can save big money with free financing for a full year. Great quality furniture at great prices. They've got sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. They've also got custom pieces as well. You can get up to 20% off on top of their everyday low prices on complete living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattress sets. Hurry, though. The fall furniture sale ends September 30th. Samson Furniture and Mattress is worth the drive to Genoa.
Thank you for watching WTOL 11 Sports Game Night Live. Subscribe to WTOL 11 on YouTube for streaming local sports and video